I knew it was just a matter of time. You can't forget about the better times, so you can't forget about me. Talking that shit when you on my line. We'll pull up and we about to see, we about to see. How much did you miss me? How much did you miss me? How much did you miss me? No, you can't tell me, you gotta show me. How much did you miss me? Yeah. How much did you miss me? Yeah. How much did you miss me? No, you can't tell me, you gotta show me. I don't call, so you wanna know. You real with you, might be on the go. You remember the times it was moving slowly. Get someone in the sky looking down upon me. Blessings just like on the river. In the present, the peasants want you to stay peasant. My destiny said can't nobody reset it. Haters like the disease from I Am Legend. That shit is contagious, I'm feeling like Wilson. Cause I don't get it, no they won't get it. I don't give a fuck about they feelings. About yours, maybe just a smidget. Remember back roads, smoking midgets. Stop the car, no accident, but I hit it. Hard to believe now I'm that nigga. But just pull up, you'll see when you get hit. I know your voice when you mix it. I'm guessing you talk cause you miss it. I knew it was just a matter of time. I knew it was just a matter of time. You can't forget about the better times, so you can't forget about me. Talking that shit when you on my line. We'll pull up and we about to see, we about to see. How much did you miss me? How much did you miss me? How much did you miss me? No, you can't tell me, you gotta show me. How much did you miss me? How much did you miss me? How much did you miss me? No, you can't tell me, you gotta show me. No, you can't tell me, you gotta show me. No, you can't tell me, you gotta show me.
Dope. Cute.
Bruh, I did it again. I'm over here. See, normally this would have been like, take your phone off mute, Nakia. Take your phone off mute.
You did it again.
So,
well,
I did it again. I'm so sorry.
I didn't want to put you out there like
I'm over
that.
here talking. You put me on the spot like that, for real. That was mixed with Royale Diamond. How you doing tonight?
How y'all doing?
How you doing, man? Hey, look. I know you said it in his intro and everything, his short bio. But where are you from?
Columbia, South Carolina, born and raised.
South Carolina. You're not the 1.6 million. Yeah, you're not the 1.6 billion dollar man, are you?
No.
Okay. Anyway, man, that I like that, man. That was a dope. You know, it put me in the mind of Cassie Times 2. It really did. You know, out of Georgia, out of Atlanta. But that was dope, man. Why don't have it? Why don't have his music in rotation over on WPIR and stuff?
Look, this not just. You be giving plugs to yourself. Shut up.
Oh, okay.
I get everything into you in time and stuff. This ain't even about you.
Oh,
don't try to take over the show. See you.
You got to break him. You got to break him first. You got to break him first before I can even get him. Okay, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I asked you if it was cool to cross promote. That's what I was. You didn't say nothing, so I thought it was cool.
Look, you know what? That's right there. That's the reason why we're not together. Right there. That right there. See
hey, you know what? I just want to say, at the risk of being accused of trying to take over something, that was dope, man. And I'm gonna hit her up to get some of your tracks, and we're gonna have to do this WPR thing. Real talk. Salute for real.
For sure.
That was dope.
Big
I'm
salute.
sorry.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that.
Really?
Forgive me, Nakia. Let me get this mic back to you here.
Whoa, like that? All right, so enough about him. You know, he thinks I'm interviewing him. Enough about him. I want to jump right into this and talk about you. You know, I've been following you for not too long. I don't even know who sent me your way now, but thank you to whoever you are. Thank you to your management. They've been in constant contact with my assistant. And so big ups to your management and to your team. And I see you, I probably every weekend you're somewhere performing. Like, what do you prefer? You prefer being in the studio recording or on stage performing?
Really, it depends for me, because it's like I always feel like it's different modes as an artist. It's like it's that mode where you want to go into the studio and you want to create, and it's like you want to make one song and then you listen to it and then you feel like you can do better, so you go make a new one. And there's that process for me as an artist, and then there's also that process of I've been creating. Now what can I do to get out here and show the world? And for me, that's always been best done, as I've learned, studying the game and the marketplace through consistency. So I try, like you said, you see me somewhere every week. You know what I'm saying? And truth be told, a lot of artists, they may not be here to it, but some weekends I don't be nowhere. I just got footage like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I make sure that my social media is on point with content for people to see me doing what I say I am. You know what I'm saying? As a brand.
And he most definitely is out there, like, promoting everything, as well as his management. Who would you say influences your style?
Biggest influence? Oh, that's hard, because I take from so many different artists, old and new. If I had to put three artists up there from like the new age, or just like what I grew up off of, being 23, I actually would probably put maybe Drake, a bit of Cole, and definitely a mix of like Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? I know Cole and Kendrick, they kind of synonymous in many ways, but I feel like Cole might be like that more calm and cool, like I can talk to you, young dude. Kendrick like that, you need to get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? So I take a lot of elements that I see from artists that I like about them. You know what I'm saying? But I think about how I feel towards it, really. You know what I'm saying? And I rock with real music. So I take from a lot of real artists, like just artists who really try and say something and really try to put out good content and meaningful content to the masses.
Okay.
Now, you just mentioned, other artists and what they do. When you see an artist perform or play, live, what three things are you looking for in that artist?
More or less so, energy. Definitely I'm looking to feel like how their energy is, because that's going to sell me on the record. I've been listening to some records that I might not have liked if the artist wasn't energetic. You know what I'm saying? Like if the artist wasn't hyping it up to be what they believe it is, which I feel like all your art can be, is what you believe it is. You know what I'm saying? And if people connect with it, they connect with it. So I feel like energy is a big part of your performance. I'm looking at people's energy. I'm listening to definitely the quality of the music, because a lot of these clubs that you go into, especially as an independent artist or an underground artist, so to speak, a lot of these clubs you go into, the sound system, you might go to one club one week, the sound system banging, all your records sound good. You might go to another club the next week, and they got a whole left side of their mono missing. You know what I'm saying? Their stereo doesn't work, so it's only one side, basically like the right side of a headphone playing. So that's another thing that I look at. And also I look at like how are they making contact? How are they making contact with the audience? Like how are they making eye contact? Are they confident? Like me as a performer, I try my best to like look people in their eyes when I perform, because I want it to be like a conversation. I want it to be like an exchange of information. And I was always taught, if you're talking to somebody, just look them in their eyes. So that's one thing I pay attention to, because I feel like if you're confident about what you're saying, you're gonna be willing to open up that gateway to your soul, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too deep into my ideologies, but that's another major part of performing that I pay attention to from all artists, because I learn from artists, good, bad, in between. I learn from everybody.
Your bio states that you were solo at the age of 13. How long have you been recording?
Recording since about 10 years old. My first time in an official studio was 10. So from 10 to about 14, and then I took a break from music for about 2 years, and then around 16 I picked it back up. So yeah, so 10 years old I've been recording, and my mom actually was very influential in implementing all of that. Like, she took classes. When I said I wanted to do music and my sister said she wanted to do music, she took classes for engineering, business and law, entertainment business law. Like, she took it serious, which made me the person I am
That's
today.
what's up.
So thanks to my mom. Yeah, shout out to my mom.
Yeah.
Shout out to moms.
Big up to your mother.
Oh.
So since there's such a big age gap, like 13 until 23, ladies, he's already put his age out there. So for you all who are wondering how old he was, 23. So from 10 to 13, maybe until now, I know that you've gone through a lot of things in life. You've experienced a lot of things. You've seen a lot of things. But how has your music in the younger years, changed? Not just the content that you're putting into the music, but how would you describe your music back then versus your music now?
That's a perfect question. My music back then, because I was so young, and I had, I'm gonna say I had my innocence, so to speak, in less words, because I was young, naive about a lot of things. The way I made music kind of really spoke to that. And anybody who can ever find any of my music, like whether it's on MySpace or anywhere, it's under a different name. I ain't gonna say what the name is, but if you can find it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I was young, so a lot of stuff was like ways that I really felt, like songs that I made, like they were way more conscious, and it was like way more deep, and it was like just you could hear a whole lot more of emotion. Being that I've gotten older, I've learned to channel my emotion a lot better, and I've also learned that I'm not just an artist, but I'm actually attempting to be a brand, and I want to, Jay-Z has a line like, I can't help the poor if I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? And that's my philosophy. Like, I want to make commercial records as well. You know what I'm saying? Not sacrifice my message, not sacrifice my morals in any way, shape, or form, but at the same time, create a platform through my company, through my label, that I can bring other artists by first proving myself successful on it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's basically it.
Now, what is your platform? Like, I've had artists on the show where, they are they volunteer with, the homeless, or they do rallies for domestic violence, or what platform are you standing on?
Yeah. Well, I feel like hip hop music is extremely, extremely powerful. Even more so powerful when shaping those minds of youth. And I feel like the type of music that I attempt to make, while I do party music, I can sing like The Weeknd or Drake or whoever you want to put me in a category with or compare me to. I can do that. But how I started was like Tupac, Keep Your Head Up. You know what I'm saying? Like how I started writing this shit, my whole journey was on some, on some woke shit, and it was as a little nigga. It wasn't as like a grown man. Like, it was just as me looking around at the environment I was living in, and putting it down on the paper. And it's just something that I've developed over time. So when it comes down to communicating messages that need to be communicated, instead of just messages that that sell,